What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Marissa. If you're a returning subscriber, what's up? Welcome back. Thank you for tuning into another video. I know it's been a minute since your girl has uploaded, long form sit down chit chat video, but to be honest, life has been lifing, okay? It's been busy, it's been crazy, it's been fun, it's been good, it's been bad. It's been life, okay? Over here adulting. If you guys don't know, I have my own dance and fitness business, so constantly been at the studio. Classes are booming. I'm going into my 6th year in business this year, so it's been crazy. In my last video, I believe the topic was comparing yourself, if I'm correct. I don't know, it's been a minute, but you guys can check that out and I'll link it right here in this video. But the last video, I believe we talked a little bit about how to build your confidence, how to stop comparing yourself, how to stop comparing your life. And then after that video, I just started thinking about how insecurity really plays a big part in how you see yourself, how you see other people, how you go about your life, how other people see you as well. So no one really aims to be insecure, right? Insecure is a turnoff, insecure is negative. Nobody wants to be labeled or called insecure. So when we do identify this trait within ourselves, how can we go about that? How can we grow out of it? How can we do better, right? But before we do that, first we have to identify what makes us insecure. Do we have triggers? Are we triggered by certain people, certain types of people, certain conversations, different settings? It varies for everybody, and this is something that you have to kind of figure out on your own, what your small insecurities are, because they could either be big, they could be small. We all have insecurities. We all have insecurities. You just have to be honest with yourself. You have to be self-aware, and you have to be willing to pick out what those insecurities are and what triggers it and what you can do, right? Also, being insecure, it makes you a target. It makes you a target for people that scope out and try to find victims or try to find people who they feel like they can manipulate. Maybe if you're insecure at some level, which would be a high level of insecurity, maybe you don't have that confidence to speak up for yourself. Maybe you don't have the confidence to turn down certain opportunities, men who might come for you, women who might come for you. Maybe because you are insecure, you just feel like you need to say yes to certain things or yes to certain people. So there's people out here who literally prey on people who are insecure. I always say this, but I feel like men specifically can smell insecure women. There's just something that they're giving off. It's like pheromones or whatever, it's like they're giving off this scent of being insecure. So a lot of men can see that, and especially if you're dealing with narcissistic men, men who are insecure themselves or who just need to control other people or need to put other people down. It might be even in friendships. It might not even just be romantic relationships. You could be in a friendship where your friend knows that you're insecure, so they're gonna attack you and they're gonna say certain things to you to continue to bring you down because they feel like that brings them up. And that type of insecurity is pretty loud, because in that case, if you're insecure in the sense where you need to bring someone else down to bring yourself up, that just shows that you're insecure. Why do you need to be the loudest one in the room? Why do you need to be the most seen in the room? Why do you need to speak so that people can hear you all the time? You can always tell who those insecure people are because they need to be seen. They need to be noticed. They need to be validated. And that's a really big trait of people who are insecure. They need validation continuously, all the time. And it doesn't even matter if they're getting it from friends or family. They could be getting it from random people on the street. And they might not even necessarily crave it from friends and family. They might crave that attention from random strangers, right? Maybe you're in a situation where you're taking painting classes, right? But you need to make sure you get validation and someone compliments your painting, and you always need people to let you know that you're doing a great job. And some people, okay, maybe that's your love language, words of affirmation, whatever. But you could tell the difference between people who know that's their love language and it makes them feel good versus people who need, and they'll just crave that and they try to pull a compliment out of you, and they're not gonna stop crying until you give them that attention or that compliment. And that's a turn off. So how do you work on your insecurities? How do you get past them? How do you become a better person for yourself? Not just for other people, but like, how do you work past those insecurities? So number one would be obviously working on yourself, working on being self-aware, being conscious of when you do start to scream those insecurities, when they're very visible in public settings, or when you're with friends, when you're with families, just being able to like check yourself and being like, oh, okay, like that was an insecure moment, or I let my insecurity show at that time and that really wasn't a good look, so I'm gonna go and just check myself and maybe like journal or talk to my therapist about it, whatever the case. Another way to work past insecurities is to obviously work on your confidence, like your real confidence in real life. So what are some ways that you can build your confidence? I made a separate video about this. You guys can check that out and I'll actually tag it right here. But some ways obviously are, you know, just working on your looks, and not even just your physical appearance, but also how you feel inside, how you talk to yourself, using affirmations, working out, staying physical, doing new things, tricking your mind, tricking your body. Those are all ways that you build confidence. So that's a really big one when you're trying to work on your insecurities. And also just figuring out and noticing, realizing what triggers you to be the most insecure. Like maybe you're around a group of females where you don't really feel like you fit in. Maybe you feel like they're judging you, and that could be your own insecurity, right? That might not even be the case, but maybe you don't need to be around specific types of people who do trigger you. So just noticing when and where, what those triggers are, what type of people make you feel the most insecure. It could be your family, it could be conversations that you've had in the past that just tend to pop up. Maybe you were called fat as a child, and then in your adult life you consistently and constantly hear that in the back of your mind, or you see that. Or, you know, even if you've lost weight, there's people who have lost weight, maybe they were like chubby children or bigger children or whatever in their 20s, and then they drop the weight, you know, somewhere in their adult life, but they still feel that insecurity. They still don't feel the way that they look. Insecurity isn't always related to your looks, your physical looks. It could just be, you know, the way that you were brought up. It could be the way that people talk to you, you know, the way that you were treated, maybe in a past relationship. So knowing and figuring out and identifying what makes you insecure. And I know what makes me insecure, and I know that that's something that I constantly work on. And for me, it comes mostly down to work, right? Like comparing myself to other people, whether that's in my profession, whether that's in my part-time work, whether that's in just in general. I feel like social media just plays a really big part in most of us feeling insecure at some point. So, and that's when you take that time and you realize, and you're just like, okay, well, I'm gonna get off social media because this isn't making me feel good, or this is triggering something. I'm just starting to think negative thoughts and I'm not feeling great about myself. So let me take a pause, let me get off social media, let me take a break or whatever I need to do. Let me go meditate, let me go do what I gotta do, and we will address this later. I definitely think too that being around secure and confident people will help you and influence you to feel secure and confident at some point, right? It's almost like being around millionaires or being around people who run successful businesses or are thriving in their lives. Like, you're gonna learn something, right? You're gonna pick up on their energy, you're gonna pick up on their vibes, you're gonna pick up on their habits, right? So being around the type of people that you want to become, that type of person that you are trying to emanate, like, that's really important too. So just putting yourself in groups of people who are secure with themselves, who do feel good about themselves, who do lift other people up as well, and not just themselves, right? Like, that's really important. And that's something that I really push in my dance classes and my fitness classes, just in general with my business, of not even just lifting yourself up, but also lifting up the person next to you. So I encourage you guys to be around people who are going to lift you up, not just compliment you because you feel like you need to be complimented, or not just complimenting you because they want to be complimented back. Like, you need genuine, real relationships. People who are self-aware. Like, if you're around people who are self-aware, not only is that going to make you be self-aware, but you're going to be influenced, right? You're going to like that. You're going to like that feeling. And if you don't, it just means you have more work to do. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this resonated with you. Insecurity is definitely a touchy, uncomfortable topic, but we all deal with it. So we just have to learn how to address it and identify when we are feeling some type of way. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Also, I have a new channel for my business, so Real Rhythm Dance Fitness. You guys can check that out. Real Rhythm DF. I'm gonna tag it as well. So enjoy the rest of your beautiful day, guys. I will see you guys soon in the next video. Take care.